Hey guys, welcome back. I'm back. I know I've been absent for quite a long time, so I thought I'd start off by showing you a video of how I totally messed this thing up. So I have some dies from Spellbinders that I'm using, some scallop circles and the sort of regular circles. Both are in the small set, and I start with one of the scallops that I fold roughly in half. And then this is where I make part one of the boo-boo. So I score a little, like quarter inch or whatever it was, just a little piece so that I've got something I can then add to, so I can stick the two together to make a fold in the card. So if you're making a little shaped card, this is the perfect way to do this. But this is where I start to realize that actually that's not going to work, because to get an easel card I need that fold already there. So you'll see me still faffing about with this for a little bit, and eventually I actually create my own hinge to fix the problem. But what I should have done is I should have pre-folded a card and then used the scallop die just hanging slightly off the edge of the fold on that card, and then that would have, and then sent it through the die cut machine, and that would have created a proper fold in the card. Whereas this was creating almost like a little hinged bit, so it was standing away from the surface when it was open. So I completely messed this up. But I thought, well, that sounds about right for not having done this for quite a long time and for many years. So I then realized what I'd done, and so I tried to fix it. So I cut off what was my original fold line, which, like I say, for a normal card, a normal little note card, a shaped card, would be perfect. You wouldn't have to cut that off or anything. And created a little hinge. So this is about 1/2 inch, and then I scored it about 1/4 of an inch, and scored it and folded it in half. Now you can do this for anything. Anywhere you need a hinge on a shaped card or a layer or something like that, you can do this. It's really, really easy. But if I'd pre-folded the card and then used the die, as I said earlier, then I wouldn't needed to have done this at all. so yes, this was yeah, it just got worse. So anyway, so I sort of fixed my initial problem, and now my scallop is out of whack. It's not lined up, and yeah, at this point I'm just going with it to see if I'm even gonna. I contemplated not even posting this video, but I thought actually this will help anybody who gets stuck on these, and I will do a proper tutorial where I show you how to make a proper easel card without all this blupsy bit. So I'm using some vintage photo around the edges of all the pieces. I just thought I'm in that sort of distress, vintage, steampunky kind of mood at the moment. So keep watching for some future videos on just some other ideas. So this is where problem number 2 comes in. I decided to use a Stampin' Up! Stamp set from ages ago, and it's got these 3 different designs in there. I think there's a hummingbird, like a rose sort of flower, and the starfish. So I thought, starfish, I'm in summer, perfect, spring, summer, we're almost in summer. And it was a two-step stamping, which I love doing. This starfish, I don't know what happened. I don't know if I even wondered whether I was stamping them the wrong way around, but I could not get them to look like they were two-step stamped, if that makes sense. And then on top of it, I couldn't line them up properly. No matter what I did, I couldn't line them up. So you'll see I try my best here with my head and hair in the way to line them up, and it's slightly off, and so for me, and even with my eyesight, it looks very blurred. So I was like, I'm not happy about this. So I clean everything off, and I thought, right, let's just go with it. So I start off with sort of, there's a sentiment set, can't talk, there's sentiments in the same stamp set, and so I decide to use I a contrasting color with that. And actually I really like the idea behind this. I like the colors, I liked how they work together. So I think this is Tranquil Tide and Mint Macaron, and then Calypso Coral, and I can't remember the other one, but sort of just one shade darker than the other kind of thing, of two similar type sort of colors, if that makes sense. Same sort of color families. So this is where I'm wondering how I even stamped them, because I just couldn't work it out. So of course there's two sides to every stamp, every piece of paper, right? So I decided I'm going to start again. Then I thought I'm going to change the color completely, and in the end I decided to just go with Mint Macaron on Mint Macaron. I'm not doing the two-step stamping at this stage. I'm doing one layer because I can't work out whether which way around these layers work. They're so similar. I could not see how any of this worked. I just couldn't get it to work. So in the end I land up just stamping one. I know I'm going to attempt to stamp it again. But you'll see, I'll come back in a minute, and I would have, and that was even worse than the first lot. So I decided to not bother with that, and I recut the piece of cardstock out, re-stamped it just in Mint Macaron. I will ink the edges again, and I will stamp in Tranquil Tide over the top, as I did before. And the stamp set says Hope Like Crazy, and I just thought the whole thing would be quite a cute little easel card, still summery in a sense, but still Hope Like Crazy. I think that's always a good thing to say anyway, and it went so wrong. So anyway, so once you've got your easel sorted out, what you want to do is put tape just on the bottom part, so the bit that's actually going to push up, and that's where you will put I'd cut two scallop circles in the same color, and this is where I'm going to line these up together, but it will only stick to half of that bottom layer, if that makes sense. And then that way when it stands up, the front piece will look like the whole card, so the whole scallop, but that sort of middle section, if you like, where the fold of the base card is going to fold up. I hope this makes sense. I'll do a better video, because like I say, this whole thing just went wrong from start to finish, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to show you anyway. These things happen. Just because we edit our videos and we get the videos out there for you guys does not mean that we don't have things like this happen. So that's why I decided to actually show you this happens in real life. You are not alone if this happens to you. So there's only so much editing I can do before it starts to go, well, this is where we're at. So this is also, you need a stopper so that the easel part of the card can stand up. So I'm using, again, these are some old Stampin' Up, they're just little like faceted gem things in like a gold tone. And although it's kind of bulky there because I put it on a bit of a foam dot, it's still going to be flat enough to post. So this was the end result. My hinge looks a mess. The scallop underneath looks a mess, but it sort of works. I will show you a proper way. In fact, I've done easel cards on my channel, so check out the videos on those. But I will do another video for you guys just showing you this again properly, and hopefully it won't go wrong like this. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.